this matchup. We need to wait on for CTS's gameplay here or strategy. How will they actually push? And there you go. They're able to knock down Nam X. And for Team Austria Esports, they're now left with one, which is all split it up all the way to the western side part of this circle.
As Nang X scrolls towards his teammate, probably asking for that revive, CDS School would not let him away, and that would be an instant confirmation onto them. And that will be 10 eliminations right now for side of CTS. So if we're talking about the momentum and the aggression, that probably leans towards our CTS at this point. For MSI Monboy also throwing them that, will that land onto any of the plays of YG? Nope is the answer, but with one more try, I don't think that would really, actually that would knock down YG Master Smile coming in from Monboy for 3 points, and with that confirmation at the same time. But for YG Say Cloud, he's still hiding behind that rock. Let's see if he will be able to survive.
Yeah, just Say Cloud right now, just praying that these nades won't connect from Monboy. So it now makes it a 1v1 v3v1 with CTS having that man advantage here. They also have the high ground advantage, Aya, because the high ground is at the eastern side of this circle. Support will replenish the armor that he has right now together with the helmet.
Ooh.
And now he's actually all eyes onto YG and MSI. He has to be careful though, because he might get seen here by CTS if they would overextend, or maybe would try to make a push. But looks like CTS's plan here now is to actually first go to wherever MSI and YG is.
But CTS also needs to be extra careful, because if not, they might be trimmed down by those solo players from their sides of where they're going to right now. CTS School already spotted Cloud, I believe, and as he pushes forward, let's see if he will be able. Nope, I don't think he will push with that one. But for Austria 7 support, I believe that is indeed a very, very good advantage that he took those vests and that helmet coming in from this airdrop, because that would definitely help him, especially in the final moments wherein his opponents would probably have half or less than half of their vests and helmets, like CDS School right here. Probably just a little bit more HP, a bit more life from his helmet and vest, so he also needs to be careful at the same time. CDS School and Demius pushing forward as well, with Austria 7 support just being very quiet and waiting for the perfect time.
And now the perfect time is now, Aya, because the blue zone is now closing. This is the final stage of match or map number 7. Ooh, frag grenade. How in the world Monboy got frag grenades left here? he threw already a lot of frag grenades earlier on, and he still has one more. Throwing it over to Say Cloud. Say Cloud getting damaged there. I'm not so sure.
With a Wally too.
Yeah, with a Wally too. I'm not so sure if it actually hit Monboy, but Monboy now will be spotted by 7 support. And now 7 support would need to defend against Demios. Now we're down to 3 teams. Frag grenade, Demios! Bomb 7 support, and Austria and YG will be eliminated finally here in match number 7 as CTS Esports gets the winner chicken dinner. And by the way, Aya, that is the second winner chicken dinner of CTS for this week already.
GG's for CTS, because they're showing to us that this week is their weekend. That just shows coming in from another winner chicken dinner as we end match number 7. So what a good way to start our day for day number 2, and let's see if they would be able to keep this momentum rolling.
And I think the momentum is still with them, because yesterday, if you remember, Aya, they got a winner chicken dinner in match number 2, which was a map of Erangel. And then now here in Rondo, they were able to get another chicken dinner. It looks like the plan here for CTS is to really start really good early, but they have to be consistent as the day goes along, because remember, Aya, they were on the top of the leaderboards, I believe so, after 2 matches from day number 1, and then right after that, Aya, they snowballed down in the leaderboard, so they have to be consistent in order for them to get those points so that they can, surely qualify in the Super Weekend for this week.
They really need to make sure that their performance would not decline so much throughout this week number 2 because they have a very, very strong start. But speaking of strong start, with the points that they've shown us, CTS Drex got 3 eliminations, CTS Cool with 1, CTS Demius with 5, and CTS DOS with 3. But with the damage output, they almost have similar points right here. 591 for Demius being the highest, 545 with DOS being the second one. CTS Cool, despite only securing 1 elimination, he was able to take 429 damage, and that is a 370 damage coming in from Drex.
And this is the first time we've seen Drex for this week, Aya. If you remember, Drex wasn't playing yesterday. Drex is actually their IGL. If you look at their roster lineup, the sheets would say Drex is the IGL and the Scout. So this is an IGL who actually doesn't play consistently. But before we even talk about him, let's go watch the highlights from match number 7.
MOG 0 လိုက်ရှင်းမှာရောက်ရှိတာလည်းဒီမောင်မများတေးလေးမနေရတယ်ကိုရှင်းတေးလေးနဲ့ပြင်နေတာနော်ဒီကျွတ်တဲ့ချိလိုက်ဒီကျွတ်ကဘလူးလဲစင်ပြေလာတော့မသိဘူးရှိုးလိုက်အောင်စင်ပြေပါလေနေမစတာတော့ဝိုင်းဝိုင်းကြည့်ပါပါဖိုင်နေတယ်YouTube မှာတော့comment ပိတ်ထားတာလားပုံကြီးတယ် YouTube မှာ comment မပိတ်တာဘူးเนาะ YouTube ကတော့ဘာလို့ subscribe မလုပ်ရသေးတဲ့သူတွေကတော့ comment ဖွင့်လို့မရအောင် comment စာရေးလို့မရအောင်အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်အဲ့ဒါဖြစ်တာပါเนาะ subscribe လုပ်ထားမှာပဲ comment ရေးလို့ရပါတယ်မပိတ်ထားပါဘူး
And beautiful highlights being shown there as CTS gets their win. 22 points is what they got total here for match number 7. GG getting 16. MSI getting 13. Austria getting 12. And if you notice, Aya, the top 3 teams, CTS, or actually top 2 and top 3 in match number 7, CTS, Austria and YG, they didn't really had much of the elimination points. That is why they went down with this ranking. Top 4 for Austria, top 5 for YG as we look on the second half of the match ranking. I'm not... Oh, actually, I see some unusual stuff here. BG, Burmese goals.
Yep.
Looks like they're not really fond of playing in Rondo. They play really good in Erangel, but not Rondo.
That is actually quite surprising, as I believe they had a winner chicken dinner in the map of Rondo last week. So now we will see if they are going to be able to catch up with those points, because especially in the map of Rondo, we are going to have 2 for today. But for the overall rankings, for those who are asking in the comment section in YT, shout out to all of you. YG still number 1 with 74 points. And next to them would be GG right now with 51 overall. CTS now getting close with 49. K1J being pushed down onto the 4th spot with 40 points. MSI going up with 46. IQ with 42. Osha with 41. Goa with 40. BG with 38. And NX with 33. So as you've mentioned, BG did not do well in that map of Rondo. But the same thing goes for the overall. I don't think they're really that explosive during number 2 yet.
Yeah, and you see the downfall of BG here for week number 2. They need to be consistent. If they want to prove that they're better than YG, then they need to be consistent at top number 1. If not Aya, then it's gonna be a big problem, most especially in the grand finals if they go to the grand finals. But I believe so they will go to the grand finals, Aya, because they already got 15 league rank points. So that's for me, they're like automatically qualified to the grand finals. But again, for the rest, the ones that are not yet able to get those league rank points, most especially Team Max, who is still at the bottom of the food chain, they would need to double time in order for them to get those league rank points and qualify through the second super weekend. But you can see now the top 4 teams here: CTS, GG, MSI, and Austria. You don't even see YG in this scenario. This is all because of GG's better game compared to Austria here in Rondo, able to get a total of 14 eliminations.
Yep, and as you have said earlier on, YG did not get so much of those points as compared to those 4 teams that we have seen previously. But for the MVP, we have CDS Damius giving us 5 eliminations, 591 damage dealt, and only 156 damage taken in that game, with most of the shots going towards the torso with 52% overall. For CDS, they really managed and handled that situation so well. They were able to take down one of the players and eventually all of those remaining players inside of our final circle. But first, for you guys to enjoy more frame rate options, don't forget to upgrade and update to the version 4.0 to the super smooth to experience the super smooth graphics from medium to high, from high to ultra, and from ultra to extreme. So some devices also support 90 FPS and 120 FPS, so don't forget to check that in PUBG Mobile right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that all devices will have these type of more options. It really depends on your device. But anyways, guys, let's take a little break here as we prepare for the next map, which is going to be another Rondo for match number 8. Triple TV and Miss Aya plays. We will be right back for more PUBG Mobile action.
พวกนอกไป random มากผมกูที่จะจอยงานได้คือลูกกูอยาก random มากตัวจริงที่สุดเรามาสอนจริง 你这么不记录呗呢？到晚就记完喏，你这里就到这股了呗。Okay, not a way sabu that, but let me sorry on no big. Bina be 之前你哈，做咩都有人做咩先啊？你講你話，即係裝下你都會你啊，對嘛？裝下會你啊，冇我哋表你炸你啊，都是個表你啊，你別那個呢，把人家那個把人家學校掛了。我要拿你都看，六百，明年600。中了这次呢，老弟。BMC 啊，咋了？嘛。Hello 老蒋。တော့ကြာနော်ကမင်္ဂလာပါဗျာကဲအားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါနော်马上面你需要挂上你肉啊 ဘောတော့ကြောင်လို့အဲဒီလေးပိုင်းတောက်ကဲလာပါပြီ20စက္ကန့်ဆောက်ရမယ် random မြေပုံမှာ54စက္ကန့်2မိနစ်ပဲကျန်တယ်2မိနစ်ပဲကျန်တယ် random မှာတင်ချပါပြန်ကျုံးပါပြန်မင်္ဂလာပါဗျာအားလုံးပဲမောင်0 like ရှင်းမှာရောက်ရှိလာရင်ဒီပုံမှာဗျာ preliminary ရတယ်ဒီကိုရှေ့ preliminary ပဲခင်ဗျာဗျာဟုတ်ကဲစပါပြီကြော်ညာလေးနဲ့စပါပြီလာ
And we are here for another Rondo map in week number 2, day number 2. So this is already match number 8 overall for those who are asking. And we are going to have the groups A, C, D, and E. So we are not going to have Group B right here. Team Hyra, Young Galacticus, GG, and IQ. But we are going to have Group D, which is actually, yep, ACDE, ACDE. So we are going to have Group D, Infos of Viera, Goa, Nexus Vanguards, and even ATS Pro.
Yeah, I am actually checking as well the grouping. Yeah, you are right. So it's gonna be A, C, D, and E. So Group B won't be playing this time around. So for all of the YG fans out there, they're not playing in this game. The Kings of Rondo is not playing in match number 8. But the flight path is totally different compared to the previous Rondos that we had already. Coming from the area of Nanchuan, right up until Rin Jiang, and again, still an option here, Aya. That floating restaurant, you can see soldiers there. You can beat them, but again, it's gonna be a risk that you would have to take. Circle now will run around the area of Yulin and Jiaotin. So a much different circle compared to the 2 previous Rondo maps that we had from the previous map and yesterday. And right now, looks like another hot drop session here between KHI and MGGZ. Earlier, they were at Jadina City, and now they're right over here. Let's see who will go for the first blood.
That is actually interesting because this is the second time in a row that we are seeing them together in an early drop without the other 2 teams that they've been with earlier on. So now we will see, will it actually be NGGZ or KHI being the hot drop kings inside of our Rondo map? But moving on to a different place right here, I believe this is Rinjang. We have our team Max versus our WIOF, and Idorex is actually holding that fragment already onto YOLO, but would cancel out that one first, as they would probably want to make sure that they have that opponent right in front and that nade would not go to waste.
Team Max again. I just want to ask you this, Aya. What happened, Team Max? Team Max, they were the 3rd place team in last season's PMCL. So again, that's the question that I have for them. What happened to Team Max? But right now, looks like Shin is looking at the ground. Trezzy right now will be finished off by Minus. And right after that knockdown elimination, he bails out from the scene because SBD Vicious is now chasing him. And right now, he's actually only have this wall as cover. Down to low HP, wrong. Goes for the spray with an AUG, and Starboy will go for the finish as well, together with Wrong. It looks like they will occupy this area instead of Max and We Off or winning a future. There's still one player up for winning a future, and I believe so. There's a couple of Team Max players still in the area.
I do believe so, as well as LSBD Timo holds that nade onto Max Mad Dog, as Max Mad Dog also holding for Timo right there, but will be damaged. Ooh, I think that Nate just bounced back and bounced outside of that building. So Timo just wasted one of those frag grenades as Max Mad Dog tries to take him down with a few more bullets as a follow-up and as a backup. But nope, no one will be taken down, although SB Wrong was on the other side and he will be able to knock down Max Mad Dog right here. And running out of the open is SBD Wrong. I believe that is a wrong move indeed as Max Idorex takes him out alive.
Yeah, for Team Max now, Iter X, he
He
has to be quiet, in my opinion, here, so that he will be able to go for, you know, the recall. I mean, he can probably escape later on, maybe clutch it out against YOLOs, and not be surrounded by the SBD vicious players, as they're at Rin Jiang. And looks like SBD now has the capabilities to go for that recall. Wrong will have his second life be used up already, and he has the two eliminations here early in this game for SBD Vicious. And they're right now just waiting for him to, you know, land and, you know, take back his loot so that they will be able to plan out for a push to either Iterex or YOLOs.
But I believe with the battle between K-Chai earlier on and NGGZ, just like that, we are also seeing them on screen right now. We've seen one player of K-Chai knock down one onto that of NGGZ, but they were not able to secure that. So we are still back to a 4v4. Oh, I think, probably they went for that recall. So nice one for our NGGZ. But 1 point now goes to KHI, but no follow-up of engagement is seen coming from both ends. We are also not seeing NGGZ retaliate onto our KHI. So I believe that is still going to be a long stretch for both of those teams.
Yeah, very long stretch. It's going to be just a waiting game here. Right at this area in Ren Jiang. DOS on the kill feed, able to take out Keize of Nexus Vanguard. And looks like the group of Nexus Vanguard is back. This is Infamous of Viera back. GOA is back. And at the same time, ATS Pro is back. And I'm very interested on what gameplay Nexus Vanguard will play this time around. Remember, Aya, if Nexus Vanguard is playing and YG is not, that's the time Nexus Vanguard goes all out. So let's see if they will do that again.
Let's see if Nexus Vanguard will actually be aggressive, just like how aggressive SBD Timo is pushing forward onto Max Idorex. Max Idorex now on his stance, waiting for that movement, going for the 1v1 situation right there, and he will be eliminated coming in from that JS9. GG's to SBD Timo as they actually took out the rest of our team Max, and one more problem will be our WIOF as we only have our YOLO and the rest are probably far from his location. So YOLO right now really needs to defend himself all alone.
The JS9, Aya, it's a meta changer here in Rondo, right? Like, if you would be picking an SMG weapon, what would you pick? A UMP-45 or a JS9?
I think for me, I would really still opt to go for that UMP-45. I'm much more comfortable in using UMP as compared to JS9. So yeah, I don't think JS9 would really be an advantage for me.
Good point. Well, let's see if SBD will be able to search for him. But right now, Sorak K goes down. S12K now from Cute Low Key as he eliminates the player of K1J. And for K1J, they're still alive with 3, as Shin will be spotted now by SBD Vicious. And for winning a future, most likely Shin will just have to give it up, so that in order for them to just recall him from a different area. But looks like YOLOs is still here, able to knock down Timos. And again, your favorite weapon, UMP-45, is now being used by winning a future. And he's now trying to make a push, but the problem is, Aya, this is a very open area after the building that he's in. U2 now crashes over to that house, but there you go. It's going to be suppressing fire from top, as YOLOs now will be stuck right around that broken vehicle. And there you go for YOLOs, as he gets sprayed down by Star Boy. More than likely, he can get a revive here. And unfortunately, they did not get a revive there for SBD Vicious. Oh, frag grenade from U2. Wow.
That was really on point because We have seen SBD trying to go for that advanced fire towards the second floor, but eventually he was naded by that same person who was on the second floor. Now, with our time to quick, they were in a battle between one player of NGGZ and they took down one as well. But for Milo right there, he was going for that push, but unfortunately that did not went well for his favor, and that actually went towards WIF, and they wiped already everyone else around that location.
Yeah, and right this time around, I will hit the button. Please recall me, and you will now see
Please
the recall happening. But for now, Smokes up for Michi as he's now going to be surrounded by the players of KHI. But look at this one now. Migs actually hit him out with the frag grenade on the kill feed. But we are now looking at Drex, who is now going to be looking for the player of K1J. But he goes down 1 second. You're down. And now for CTS, Drex needs a backup. As DOS right now holding his SLK of his own. Ooh, 1 second. Tries to go for the confirmation. Just trying his luck. Oh, he actually knocks DOS down. Oh no, CTS. Unfortunately, there was suppressing fire from the backside. As Cool able to knock 1 second. And more than likely, Aya, 1 second will be recalled from a different area now. As he's all alone at this gasoline station. And on the kill feed, the two Bruneian teams are fighting SBD Vicious and ATSX. Not so sure who's actually in the advantage.
But for CDS, at least they were able to go for that revive for both Drex and DOS. But they have several teams around the area. We have your Osjo, we have our Nectis Vanguards, but they probably escaped that one already. KHI though will now face time to quick, with Jappy knocking down one. We're not just quite sure if they will be able to confirm that one, but I do think so, as time to pick already lost one of their players, and one more will be Bunny in front of the rest of our KHI, and Gus will also be on the side with Jappy going for that push on to Bunny. But will they actually push through that engagement? I don't think so, as Gus will also be coming in from behind. But with those nades being exchanged right here, Bunny will be almost knocked down. But with that play zone, I think, yes, he will be taken down. And with Migs going for one more frag grenade, making Bunny receive a lot more of those damages, they will now have to say goodbye with 4 kills already for the side of KChat.
Now the circle is at Yulin, just right below Yulin. And you can see teams now rotating in, and look at that. Burmese goals able to get the circle now with this shift. As it is now right in the areas just on the northern side of Hongshan, Aya. And you can see TTQ still in the blue zone. More than likely they are going for those recalls. CTS, cool right now. Needs help. Drex will go for the pickup. As they're looking at Osja Esports right now, who is still having a hard time on rotating right on the northern side of this circle. And you can see also ATS rotating in. But you can see Osja Esports, you can see Fern G on top right away from each other. And there's probably an attempt to go for the revive, but it's just way too far. But look at this. Infamous and ATS chasing each other. Lion right now will have to defend. He knocks Dre down. Hachi is on low HP. 7 now will have to go forth. And 7 goes down as well. Lion gets 2 down already. Drex is down on the kill feed.
Oh, no.
And now Lion tries his luck for the 3rd time. But no, Hachi will be there to go for the knockdown. But here comes Claude with a frag grenade. He knocks him down. And Chi will be forced to back out. There's still time left for a recall.
Yup, and I believe that is exactly what she will be doing. But with this chase down, hunt down action coming in from Infa Zaviera, trying to force ATSG to just stay and fight them.
Oh no!
Final bullets will be coming to ATSG, but will he be able to escape? I think he will, as Forsaken did not connect all of those bullets in. So for ATSG, he probably was able to breathe a bit better right now. But Claude will not give up. He will still chase after that final player of ATS.
Claude is not gonna try to not get him away. But looks like it's gonna be way too far already. Cheat will go for a recall tower. This is the recall tower right at Yulin. So Claude knows where he's actually going. So now Claude will try to reposition. You can see that Infamous Saviera is now going to try to go around circles here, right around that Yulin area. They need to be careful, though, because if you look at the mini-map, CTQ is right nearby the area.
So that could be a possible three-party situation as that progresses. But for Invisibier, they're just making sure that they're securing that edge of the circle in order for them to gatekeep time to quick and even ATS later on. But for Cheat, staying in that location together with the rest of our time to quick, that is not going to be so easy to escape later on. But for ADS, they're just trying to get all of the utilities and all the equipment that they can still get before the zone closes in again, because that would most likely leave them around the edges, around the outskirts. And speaking of around, we still have NGGZ around the map. We also have your KHI, and they're still enduring that pain of the blue zone.
Now that shift really benefited Infamous Saviera. Probably BG as well, right at the bottom side. On the kill feed, though, it's going to be KHI going down, but you can see now Michi, or Migs rather, was able to knock one of the players of NGGZ, that is Jarrell and Michi. Will now try to go for the recovery, but he goes down with that spray from Shin. But again, KHI needs to be careful here because winning the future is right within this compound. And Blanks knows. He now goes for the spray. There's going to be a frag grenade splash. Oh, but the S12K right to the face of Yolos. He goes down. Mewtwo goes down as well. Jappy with the JS9. And KHI really playing well this matchup. 9 eliminations so far, and MM is out. NGG, all players is now out.
But for our KHI, they're really delivering quite well in this game, having 10 eliminations already after that kill onto WIOF Shin. And now with KHI Blanks pushing forward, getting probably those utilities coming in from their crates. But one more team would be just right behind them, which is K1J. But for today's Demias, they're now starting that battle with our time to quick. And time to quick Bunny will be spotted and will be taken down. Who else will follow the footsteps of Bunny? We are not yet sure about that. But for KHI, they're just moving around the map, trying to secure more utilities, probably more of those throwables. But I think they're also taking that spot just right in front of them, which is inside of the safe zone. And the same goes for WIOF minus, because he is the final player. He also needs to make sure that he is already inside of the circle.
K1J with a very small compound here. Just one small house and some broken walls. Timo, though, will go down in the blue. Extreme goes down. And it's going to be Nexus Vanguard. Superboy, the one in charge of that. As we switch over here to Atlas Misfit. They are in the circle. Right now, they are going to go for the recovery here for Extreme. And successfully, they're able to do so. But I'm not sure if Nexus Vanguard will, overcommit, because they do have their own compound here of their own. So they will be able to recover. Extreme eliminated now is winning a future. They're not winning at all this game. Jappy is currently down in the blue. More than likely, he won't get a revive anymore. This is already stage number 4. This is way too much already in the blue.
That is already very, very painful. But for WIF, despite them being eliminated, they already have 7 eliminations at the same time. But here, one more battle is happening right in front of us. NX versus ATSX, and even Burmese Ghost could join that later. What happened to KHI Blacks? Did he fall from somewhere? We are not sure what happened there exactly. But now let's focus on ATSX. Oh, he got damaged by the flare that dropped. And that is really going to be painful, because that is a concrete boulder. Over K1J, damaging KHI Megs right there, and final bullet is needed for them to be taken out completely. So K1J needs to spam them with all of those shots, but KHI needs to hide very, very well.
Kind of like what happened to Starboy last week. So Blanks got the taste of it. That boulder can definitely knock you down. Just make sure you have the HP. And now Blanks will be recovered by Migs. They need to be careful, though, because they don't have any much of the vehicles. Range will confirm 46. And for MSI, they're kind of split it up here right now with the 3 members that they have left. And look at where Fern-G is at right now, Aya. But again, the big problem here is the circle is not over there. They would need to get away from that area, and I'm not so sure if the buggy is still usable for FernG.
I'm not so sure about that too. So he doesn't have any getaway vehicles if ever. He needs to just run down, and I just hope he doesn't fall because that would definitely bring him to a knockdown. But first we have your BG, still not so explosive, but having 3 eliminations already and still live at our 11 teams inside of the match. But with the one knockdown on the CDS, I'm not quite sure if how will they survive. But for Goa, they actually crashed onto the compound where Nexus Vanguards are at right now. And with the ATSX Monboy joining that engagement, the rest of Goa will have to say goodbye.
Yeah, that was a quick work by Nexus Vanguard. He knocks one of the players of Goa and then goes for the frag grenade. But look at Zuki in the Pico bus. Will be dropped by 7 support. And Austria right now dealing a ton of damage right now. They're now able to get into the circle as well. Miracle will be confirmed. Zuki will have to crawl his way through the open area as Gus is waiting for that revive. KHI will be eliminated, but they do have 12 eliminations in this matchup. So this is a good game, well played for KHI. But for the rest, they're still having a ton of problems right now, most especially here at this compound where K1J is at. I'm not so sure if it's a compound also, Aya. It's probably an open area also.
Yep, that's why Sorake was knocked down and is still asking for that revive. Or yes, Keymind as well will be taken down. Yep, not a compound, not even a house right here. So just a bit of those covers. So that is not really the best place for them to be at, but I think that's better than staying out in the open. BG Godspeed now spots them out, but NXT Loki will be the first one to take down more of the players of K1J, and that will be Kane going out of the game. Meanwhile, for BG, they're also spotting everyone else around. They're just right inside of the corner, so I think that is a good spot for our Burmese goals. But in any case, that circle moves out, I think they would also have to face those teams who would probably keep that.
And Master Itchy goes down here from Cute Low Key. And Burmese Goals needs to do some little bit of recovery. They're right at the edge at the bottom left-hand side of the circle. Circle will also come into a close. As you can see there, that infamous Saviera is still right at the middle. More than likely, they will get the circle, but look at Austria. They will get the circle this time around. So they will be on a really good position here in order for them to get a win here in match number 8. But for Burmese Goals Aya, this is going to be a really hard task for them to get through the open area. Hopefully they do have the vehicle. But right now, Keymind is very low in HP. Not so sure if he does have the meds. But here comes BG pushing onto Nexus Vanguard.
Ooh, let's wait what will happen right here. But with Austria, they knocked down K1J, and that is going to be the final player, which is Keymind. I actually appreciate the spread of Austria right there. They're taking control of the northwestern side of our safe zone. But with that nade connecting onto Master Itchy, he barely survives. Oh, with the follow-up of those bullets coming in from MSI Pretzel, BG Master Itchy would be spotted, and that is coming in from behind them. So with all that happening right here, a lot of those struggles will be received by our Burmese Goals as they are in a tight spot outside of the safe zone.
Yeah, very tight spot right now. And let's see for Nexus Vanguard as they're making sure that BG won't get into the circle. Frag grenade's now going to be cooked by Godspeed. Let's see if it connects. Loki will have to get out of the way. Colado on the kill feed. It's going to be MSI and Infamous Saviera. But I think Austria Esports is actually going for a third party. And you can see that I'm not sure if he was able to get that elimination or just a knockdown, but there's going to be another frag grenade from Nexus Vanguard. More frag grenades from Burmese Goals as they release a bombardment onto Nexus Vanguard. But Nexus Vanguard just waiting for that right opportunity to come out as they're able to safely hide behind the walls and hide behind the houses.
That is exactly the advantage that Nexus Vanguards are having right now. They can take their time as they're pressuring our Burmese Goals. Meanwhile, for BG, they are really going to be forced to move forward, and they just really need to accept their fate later on in any case that they were not able to push forward. As Ozja is also on the side, they could join forces onto eliminating our Burmese goals. But with that nade connecting a bit onto Cute Loki, that is a good one coming in from BG Unknown. And with one more attempt on the Superboy, he would also have lost half of his HP right there. But with that setup of smokes, I think they could have a chance. Yes, I think they will. And with them joining that compound next, his Vanguards really would need to stay careful right here because BG are really now on fire.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They're able to get in as well in the circle. Right on the bottom side, fighting against Nexus Vanguard. Now fire inside the house already. Joji will have to get away from that. Now Cute Loki almost getting knocked down by the frag grenade. Just on low HP. Here comes Unknown. Unknown now sees where the enemies are at. He throws that molly. For now, he will have to wait it out until the fire goes out. So there's going to be some time for both squads here as they try to recover, probably try to re-loot some of the items or some of the loot crates available. And right now, Unknown together with the squad. Oh, they actually knocked Godspeed down with a frag grenade. Now, this is going to delay things up here for BG. Unknown backs out. And he will not try to go for the push for now. And there's still a molly up in front as they choke it out here at the staircase. Ooh, but there comes some gunfire from a different angle. But again, that was a mistake by Cute Loki, opening things up for them. And now for Nexus Vanguard. Unknown tries to heal up. But unfortunately, he goes down. And now here comes Cute Loki. But again, Master Ichi saves everyone from Burmese goals. And now the third party comes in. Ozja now on a 2-2 split. Fern G and Top. All eyes on BG.
That was a do-or-die battle for NX Joji. He tried his best to defend the rest of the team and their compound, but unfortunately, the 4 members of BG was just too strong for him to handle. But we have here Ozja with that spread and with that control the circle. They're now gatekeeping our MSI, and even joining them would be Infa Zavira, I say, knocking down one of the players and even securing one more from our MSI in range would also succumb to our Infa Zavira, taking them out of the match right here. We only have 4 teams, with Fernji being knocked down by Burmese goals.
And again, this is probably a big mistake for Ozja, going for a 2-2 split right at the very end of this matchup. We are now on stage number 7. 2 more stages left. We're gonna finally know the final circle here for stage number 8, and let's see where will this circle go. As Master Itchy and the gang of Burmese Golds are now setting up camp here with all of those emergency flares. Boulders go down. Fernji will be confirmed. Monboy now for ATSX. He'll be spotted. The confirmation. And now for the frag grenade from Zio. He knocks Forsaken down. Claude right now down to very low HP. One more frag grenade. Ooh, but he will be spotted by Isay from afar. They'll now be out. 3 teams remain now. But the nades from Ozja Esports. It's kind of like a mini red zone right now, but Unknown drops top. Way too much of push being done. But here comes another frag grenade. Unknown probably will try to go for the recovery first. Itchy now down to 1 HP left. He tries his luck. No, he cannot revive his teammate. And Nong X throwing his final frag grenade. Now we'll try to go for the recovery. Another frag grenade also. It explodes just right beside that boulder. And now they look. Nong X now being so careful, being so aggressive as well, all at the same time. Now the frag grenade eliminates Lyatka, and Unknown goes down. And now we have the final 6 players. 2 teams remain. It is a 3v3.
That was really funny earlier on when BG Unknown went from one boulder to another. He's just like playing tag with the nades that Ozja is actually throwing onto his spot. But right now, with that 3v3 battle, Ozja is really being aggressive. Look at that push. They are now onto the movements coming in from our infamous esports, Infa Zaviera. But those nades will actually force them to back a bit. so that they would not be damaged by those shrapnels. But with Austria 74 now moving around, they're probably looking at targeting Isay coming in from Zaviera. But with these two players, Claude and Forsaken, probably Ochstop would want to handle him first. So with whatever's happening right now, we all know that Austria is being very aggressive and they are now on the hunt.
Yeah, they're now on the hunt. Who will win this one? Just 1 second left. We're now on stage number 9. So there's going to be another 10 seconds of a countdown. And then the blue zone will close. Final moments, final stage, final circle. Nongx now. I think he knows that there's one player over there, Claude, looting at the care package. Not much care from Austria Esports, and now top will have to go up against Forsaken. And now the shotgun Forsaken goes down. With the run drive-by with the vehicle. And I say left. He hides behind the boulder in the blue zone as well. He knocks Nongx. But there's still 2 players left for Austria Esports. Looks like Isay will just deny himself in the blue. That is it. Austria Esports wins in match number 8.
Austria had been very aggressive, and they actually pulled that off, eliminating the rest of our team, Infamous Zaviera. So GG's to our Austria Esports for successfully doing so. They really just went all out. They stuck with their game plan, and that was to wipe out the rest of our Infamous Zaviera. So GG's and kudos to our Austria for actually getting that winner chicken dinner for match number 8.
Yeah, Austria Esports, they need this win. They were very much struggling yesterday in the last 2 Miramar maps, Aya. So with this win, they will probably have maybe 19 or maybe more points. And they will be up in the rankings, probably right around top maybe 3 or maybe top number 2. Depends on whatever performance the other teams would have. But again, kudos to the rotation and also to the positioning of the players of Austria Esports in those couple of final circles.
Yep, definitely. So now with Austria taking home that chicken dinner, that would definitely change their storyline here in our overall rankings later on. That would really add up so much of the points coming in from their eliminations and even that placement points with 10. So I think this is really the time for Austria to continue with that momentum, to continue with the rhythm that they've started here in our day number 2. Because look at that, 15, if I'm not mistaken, yes, that is 15 eliminations overall. Austria taking 5 with 1,143 overall damage, 74 with 2 with 553. Austria Nangix with almost 1,000 damage as well, 929 and 6 eliminations. And for Fern, we have here 2 eliminations and 684 damage. So for those eliminations, I think that is the highest so far for week number 2. And with Austria doing that right here, again, we are expecting Austria to push through with this kind of gameplay.
Yeah, a total of 25 points, Aya, is what they got in total here, if I'm not mistaken. So this is not yet the most, because if you remember yesterday, I believe so, YG has like 17 yesterday. But anyways, let's watch those beautiful highlights here for match number 8.
When Mat I have your update about no so quite the Maloya she is quite a little bit of no into my restriction of bar, who now by coming, into my little quotations on there. No, for the moment, strain up with the moment, Sam be total time fat. Malotan, I like that. Into my girl, a lot of men with a cat from no, into my stream, no. Where's she near like what? Spoil gone. Inchia, spoil gone. 我们唔知啦，你買先至追過嚟，先咪頂 bad 啦咁樣。OK，攞到杯，啊，攞 highlight 你，no，到杯攞話 highlight 你。即係話啊，輪到必殺啦，所有嘢落喎，講你明冇？啱嘅。即係。 要嘛要嘛放一个地址 shoreline မတက်နိုင်တဲ့ဘောမှာဖြစ်သွားတယ်နော်မတက်နိုင်တဲ့တို့လည်းရနိုင်
Austria Esports wakes up, getting 25 total points in match number 8. A total of 16 for Infamous, 12 points for Burmese Goals, KHI getting 12 as well, 8 for ATSX, 7 for Winning a Future, MSI getting 6, TTQ getting 6. And the thing here that I noticed, Nexus Vanguard, they don't have YG in this groupings for match number 8, and they didn't really went all out. Only 4 points for this matchup.
Only 4 points in this game, so I think they really need to wake up for the next matches, as we have finished the first 2 rondo maps, and for those who have pointed that it is quite unfair for those teams who have played during the rondo maps, all of the teams, actually all of the groups, will have 4 rondo maps throughout week number 2 for the first 3 days. So I think that would really be fair, so that they could have equal chances into getting those skills in. But first, we have our overall rankings. We have our YG still on top with 74 overall points. Austria now being having rather coming from that winner and chicken dinner and a lot of eliminations. They are now on the second spot with 66 overall points. CTS on the third with 53. Next to them would be MSI with 52, sitting on the fourth spot. Fifth would be GG with 51. K1J with 50, tied up with Burmese Goals. KHI with 43, and tied up would be IQ and Infazaviera with both 42.
And again, with that win coming from top number 7, now they go up to top number 2 for Austria Esports, and we look at the second page of the overall ranking. Still, the story of this 2-week group stage is Team Max. What is happening to Team Max right now? Only with 16 total points after already with 6 matches. So this is not the Team Max that we know of from last season. But again, for Nexus Vanguard, still struggling here at top number 12 with 37 points. One of the surprises here as well is Team Hybrid XR8, currently at Edge, which is top number 16. And they were a little bit better compared to now that they are, struggling from last week. So again, they would need to go back to the drawing board, have to be better, most especially that we're going to be moving on to the 4 Erangel maps. But again, the top 4 teams here are Austria, Infamous Saviera, PG or Burmese Goals, and we have KHI Esports.
That is because of their elimination points that they bagged here in match number 8 with KHI, even though they did not really were part of our top 4. They had 12 eliminations, so that is really something. So that just showed how aggressive they were during our second rondo map. And with our MVP, we have our Ostop right here having 5 eliminations, and again 1,143 damage dealt and only 174 damage taken, with most of his shots going around the torso with 70%, and 20% goes to the lower limbs, and 11% with the head shot. So Ostop really was on top during that match number 8.
Yeah, top getting that MVP honors here. But again, maybe he is using this super smooth graphics, Aya. Again, if you are lagging in your game, again, update your PUBG Mobile right now to version 4.0 to enjoy the smoothest battlegrounds. Again, it reduces lag. It reduces lag from 30% to 50%, and most of the time from 10% to 30%. Really depends on the device. But again, we are done with the 2 rondo maps. It was taken by CTS and Austria, and we're about to set for the 4 Erangel maps here, match 9 until match number 12. And guys, we're gonna have to be ready here, so we're gonna go on a really short break here. Kuku TV and Miss Aya Plays will be right back for more PUBG Mobile action.
တော့မှာတော့ကျုံးမှာတော့ဒီချင်မှာမကြီးဒါဒီနာပြနေရတော့ကြော်လိုက်ပါကဲရပြီစက္ကန့်မှာ10မိနစ်ဆောင်းရမယ်ဒီရင်ကေမှာဝိုင်းချပါလားတဲ့ဒီပွဲတော့ပါမယ်ရှင်နဲ့ခုနကပွဲတော့နားရတာခုနနားတယ်ဒီပွဲကတော့ပါမှာတိတ်ချမပွဲနားရင်တော့သွားကြတယ်မပွဲတော့မနာတော့မပွဲတော့မနာတော့ဆက်တိုက်နေဒီပွဲရှောင်းဟောပန်းလေးเองเงินมัดวันที่กงโซว่าที่ชับกงโซวันที่เราสอบเพื่อนเล่นที่เนี่ยเพื่อนผมหลังเป้าได้ก่อนนะว่าเปลี่ยนจงไว้ไหนนะก่อนโชว์เก๋ทราบแบบนี้ที่เล่นเกมว่าจงแบบนี้
Let's start Erangel, match number 9 on your way. We are back here, Kuku TV and Aya. Back at it again here in the English desk for PUBG Mobile Challengers League Southeast Asia Fall of 2025. Looks like the flight path is coming from the northern side, from the waters of Georgia Pool, right through Yasnaya Poliana, right above Lipovka. Again, a northern flight path for everyone. We will be expecting some few early engagement here, and probably some teams will probably drop at an unusual dropping spot. That is all because groupings will change as well. For match number 9, it'll be group A, B, D, and E. So group C won't be playing in this matchup.
So now we're going to have a different set of teams playing in the map of our first Erangel for today. Let's see, we'll have that Favor, but oh no, Favor will be not on the side of GG Astro as he will be knocked down by our team SBD. And they're actually targeting onto one more of their players, but I think they're not going to be able to confirm that one too. But with the circle going on to the southern side, SMB and even Novo Ripnoyo with Goa not dropping onto Sosnovka military base. I think they're now going to take their vehicles to go and stay in the Sosnovka military base.
Yeah, I am expecting GOA to get their vehicles and run straight away. Drive straight away to Sosnovka military base, which is their comfort zone. Nexus Vanguard also will do the same because they do drop at Novo. And right now you can see 7 spraying down with a DP-28 onto the side of SBD Vicious. And right now Starboy will have to be careful. Was that Starboy?
I don't know.
I did not even read the name, actually. I was just reading off from the names of ATS. Anyways, but yeah, it was Starboy. Yeah, it was Starboy. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, was it Starboy? And then now it's Starboy. And now Needy. Ooh, first blood, or not the first blood, but it was the second blood of this matchup. That's going to be a shotgun finish onto the player of Team Max. Again, my question again, Aya, what is happening with Team Max?
That is probably one of the questions that we need to know from them directly, because by the looks of it, they're really struggling, and we're not seeing any sort of counterattack or efforts in order for them to really be on top. We are always seeing them getting those early eliminations, or rather from their end having those early casualties. So with D-Max, I think they need to play it safe for quite a while inside of the map, and eventually try to go with those aggressive moments around the middle portion or even in the latter portion of the game. But let's see if how will Team Max actually catch up with those points. But with WIOF actually chasing Goa Rex, let's also see if that would be a successful move.
And you can notice, Aya, that some teams are now rotating right away through the areas of Sovsnovka Island, and you can see winning a future rotating early. Master Smile though on the kill feed will drop God 7 right at the hospital area. And we can see now Dre just hiding behind the big monster truck. The monster truck is actually moving all at the same time, so he has to move all at the same time as well as he actually drives away using that same vehicle with just 1 HP left. How fortunate he is with that, but here comes the chase. A chase down by YG. This is so much stress for Dre now, as he's going to be pushed by Say Cloud. Say Cloud goes for the car spray meta, and he drops him down now for Hachi. ATS now having a little bit of trouble here early in this matchup, and this is not the trouble that they want. They're all up against the defending champs, Aya.
Yep. And with ATS, we have mentioned them, of course, not being able to enter the Super Weekend for week number 1. So this is their final chance for today and for tomorrow in order for them to gather all of those points to secure the top 16 spot. So now at 14, that is still a crucial spot for them to be at right now. This one more is a crucial spot as GG Kai is already pushing him forward. ATS Hachi goes for that frag grenade, but will only damage Kai a bit with that sticky bomb throw. Will that stick to ATS Hachi? Nope, not really. But with all the players coming in from GG, Devon now spots Hachi and will probably go for that confirmation.
Now for ATS, this is not a game that they wanted. They're probably thinking that they will do an early rotation, but they cannot, and that's it. Chi was the last member of ATS. ATS Pro is finally out, and they're now going to be thinking what was wrong in that situation. They're probably just very aggressive as well. And right now, you can see SBD Vicious now going for the boat. And they're now going to have to rotate all the way from the beaches of Ferry Pierre now to the bottom side of Snovka Island. I really hate the boat, Aya.
Really? Why?
It's so hard to steer it, you know?
Yeah, that's a valid point. But I really enjoy going through the waters, you know, in real life and even here in PUBG Mobile. So that was a fun action right there. But wait, there's an action happening in KHI versus Infa Zaviera versus our Nexus Vanguard. So KHI actually has a lot of opponents around their location, with Ice being spotted and being confirmed right there. KHI Jappy though was heavily damaged. It needs to replenish his HP right away. In any case, if there are teams who would spot him out as well, IQ XZYY though now spots WIYF minus in the process, and one more team is passing by in front of our KHI. That distance would actually hinder them from taking down more of those players.
ATSX rotating also from the top side, able to cross that bridge. That bridge is a checkpoint, Aya. Once you pass that bridge, you pass the test, and more than likely you'll be able to survive from mid game until the end. And let's see if winning a future can do that. Because right now, IQ is also at the bottom side of this island, and Exai looking at minus to get will eliminate him right away. Again, once you get that knockdown, go for the elimination right away. That's gonna be 1 point for.
Yep, and with that confirmation happening, no, you really need to do that because we have seen several kill steals already in this week. So yeah, you really need to confirm that one because in any case, there are other teams who would want to take that away from you. And for IQ, they just went towards that compound wherein they can hide. But for Bijanon, we have Goa LKS just right in front of him. But will he be able to hide from that drive-by, or will they just avoid each other? I think they will, so they did not decide to push through with that battle. But we have here another movement of the circle going to a Sosnovka military base, leaving some of the players outside. Just like Team Max, they could easily enter that bridge on the top of Novoripnoye with not much of those players taking that, so they could probably go for that ESF movement. Meanwhile, for WIOF, they have another battle in front of SBD.
Yeah, this is the Sosnovka port area where SBD and Winning a Future right now is having a little bit of contestment. Same goes here right at the left side bridge. Whereas there's like 3 teams, I believe so. YG, Austria, and there's one more team right below Austria. And you can now see 7 support will be spotted by Smile. And actually, Smile just went guns blazing with that RP or with that vehicle.
Yep.
And just sprayed him down. And now Forsaken goes down on the kill feed as well. Say Cloud also sprays down onto Austria. And now Say Cloud, together with Master Smile, just putting in the pressure onto Austria. As top goes down, Fernji goes down as well. What is happening now to Austria? They just won
Final one.
the previous matchup. And right now, Mernat pushes in. Defending champs just obliterated Austria there.
Welcome to Orango, says YG, and welcome to Orango once more, says KChai onto NGGZ. That was an easy squad wipe coming in from KChai, and even coming in from Yangon Galacticos with already 6 eliminations. We are just 10 minutes into the game. We just lost 3 teams, but with YG taking 6 of those eliminations, we are now seeing again the champs, the world champs, being back in action.
Right now, Aya winning a future. He will now push Nexus Vanguard here at the factory in military base. It's just utter chaos right now happening in this game. So much engagement happening, Aya. As winning a future now will force Nexus Vanguard to back out at the factory. So they will now be forced to be at the northern side of the factory, and then for winning a future, they'll be at the southern side. But looks like Cute Loki and Joji will probably try to escape. Has a different plan for the situation. And when looks like they're on a very hard spot right now. Out in the open, just a little bit of space, a little bit of cover. And now BG, Burmese Goals just pinning them down at the entry point as Master Itchy looks on. Cute Loki is the last guy for Nexus Vanguard. That is just so sad for Nexus Vanguard. They should have just not left the factory, right?
Yep. Struggle is real for the side of Nexus Vanguard, so let's see how else will they bounce back. But with that circle bouncing towards the eastern side of the circle, we are leaving a lot more teams behind. We have GG still needing to enter, coming in from the waters, and even SBD right there. But for BG Master Itchy, he decides to just reunite with Godspeed onto that area wherein Going Happy Cow actually spots movement coming from BG, but they would not go for that challenge as they are still outside of that next safe zone.
Yeah, Pacquiao just looking at the hillside. Normally you would see someone, staying over there. Ooh, but look at this. From the blue zone, Good Game Esports trying to go for a hard rotation. Again, this is normally what you would see if the circle would go down south. And usually this is not a good idea, Aya. Usually this is not a good idea. You can now see them fighting against a team, which is, I believe so, SBD Vicious. And now Timo sprays down onto GG. Oh no, one by one they go down. That's just so ugly for GG.
Yeah, that is definitely not a good spot for our GG. They are amidst the waters. They are almost outside of the blue zone, with that blue zone chasing after them, and with SBD actually trying to gatekeep their location. With SBD Timo still pushing through with those bullets, would not want to leave them right away because they could easily escape. But with, oh no, the explosion of the vehicle, they would need to swim their way towards the next circle.
And for GG, they cannot heal in the blue zone and also in the water. So I'm not sure what the plan is for GG. They're gonna have to swim. They're gonna have to swim, Maya. And right now, Kaya and Master G2K having some sort of swimming competition.
Oh no!
And they have thought about it this really quick. Those quick adjustments, or quick decisions, definitely would be detrimental to your survivability in the game. But in my opinion, they won't survive anymore. I mean, they would just die in the blue and also in the waters of Sosnovka military base.
I appreciate their attempt into swimming their way through that safe zone. But that is really difficult to pull off. You have that play zone, you have that blue zone damaging you at the same time. That chance of being knocked down by those players from inside SBD Master D2K was also eliminated in the process by the blue zone. And I don't know where the final player of GG is at right now, but we know that YG's in front of ATSX. Will they push through and will they take that challenge with that nade coming in from YG Say Cloud? He is just going to throw that onto X, but ATSX will now move out of that location and will probably bail out.
And right now, spray down from Mernat. YG just came in the blue, from the blue rather, as ATSX will try to escape the area. Just prioritizing the objective for now. Max Trezzy on the kill feed will go down. That's courtesy of SBD Vicious. As Team Max is actually also on rotation. Looks like Trezzy will not get revive anymore, as they leave him alone while on rotation as Master X together with Koronai. A lot of rotations happening, and this is all because of the, I believe so, there's a hardship happening with this circle. Monboy goes down, will be confirmed right away by winning a future. And Timo also going down from SBD Vicious. They're down in the blue. Coca-Cola now also drops Nga Pacquiao. What is happening in this matchup of teams or players in the blue, down by the blue, and also getting gate capped?
They're currently happening at this point because probably of course the movement of that safe zone pushing everyone towards SMB, wherein they dropped onto the northern side. But look at this, Milo tries to go for that revive and even tries to rescue his teammate, but unfortunately for him, YG Master Smile is there to knock them out of the game.
Right now, frag grenade just bounced off. It went back. So After X won't hurt Hong at all. Mernat though will die in the process. YG will lose one only, and they will survive for the meantime, as Lion and Devon is just right nearby each other. And this is actually the players, or the teams rather, that only has one more player left. So they're hiding at the same spot, Aya, but not in the same position. And what happened to Koronai? Koronai just went down in the waters. I'm not so sure how he will be able to get up from that position.
Yep, let's see if he will be able to still climb up from that spot, because that is quite far right there. But with YG Maximal right in the middle of our players from WIOF, Minus will be just right in front of him. But let's see if Master Smile will eventually knock him down first, as he's really quite open from the side of YG Master Smile. But YG Stick Out now just drives by in front of WIOF Minus. They're just setting up their base right here inside of the circle, but Minus is not moving so much. But let's see if this nade from YG Say Cloud will eventually take him out.
Say Cloud throws out a nade, but Minus has a different plan. He will try to get out of the area as 46. He goes down. ADSX now pushes Lion, and you know for a fact Lion will try to go for it. And looks like he got help from Team Max. And that is ITerX, who eliminates Extreme. He now knows the positioning of Team Max. And as we go along, winning a future, not so sure if they can revive Minus. Probably they will, as Mewtwo is already on his way. Circle will now come into a close. Another hard shift. And looks like the ones that are left with only one or maybe two players left in their team are very lucky with the circle.
They already lucky with the circle, not so lucky with their numbers inside of the game. But with IQ Nade, he will be spotted by YG Say Cloud from behind, and that is him going out of that hovercraft, only ending up receiving much of the bullets coming in from YG Say Cloud, which is forward and wants to go for that revive onto his teammate Master Smile. But unfortunately, they will be seen by not only IQ but also WIOS.
And winning future is actually improving as we go along the weeks, as we go along the days of week number. They're now able to go for third parties. They're able to be aggressive. This is what I like about rookie teams. But again, Still, the top of the food chain is YG. They're out in this game, though, as Coca-Cola will need to back out. Burmese goals now. Very aggressive. KHI, they're left with only one. Now the Molotov, as now Coca-Cola also tries to push with the DBS. He actually goes down on prone, and ooh, look at that!
Ooh.
He headshots unknown and confirms him right away. And now the escape from Coca-Cola, because the blue zone is also coming. And more than likely, he will go bandage it out while he drives away from this location. But he has to be careful as well, because here comes Team Hybrid, as they're now going to try to gatekeep KHI. Coca-Cola, though, has to reroute all the way now to the northern side. He avoids. Oh no. He actually got hit, but he actually was able to get into the small shack.
He sprinted his way out of that engagement and was able to hide amidst that shack. But we have here BG versus WIOF with that exchange of frag grenades. BG Godspeed will lose half of his life. And not only half of his life, but the rest of his life right there, being the final player for BG. That will be it for our Burmese goals.
And you can see now the improvement of winning a future 8 eliminations here so far. And again, with their early rotation earlier in the game, it really benefited them, because they had chances of either going for the third party and going for, the gatekeep, as they now try to get the updated armor with the level 3 gear from that care package, as they drive away now, go back to their usual area, which is at the northern side. They're just waiting now for the next circle to come. I mean, they know also that Coca-Cola is just hiding inside a small shack, and he actually conceals himself with all of those smokes around him.
Yep. And for WIOF, again, with the 8 eliminations in the Erangel map, that is really something different from the side of winning a future. So really looking forward on how they would try to bounce back and try to really raise their ranks from that number 15 spot. But for KHI, that is a very, very crucial spot to be in. But good thing for him that he's inside of safe zone, so not much movement is needed from his end. But with those bullets coming in from WIOF, YOLO, and that final one coming in from KHI, will have to say goodbye with 6 eliminations in their bag. And with that happening, WIOF now has less opponents right in front of them. But we have here another contender, which is actually Hyra.
This is Hybrid. XRA Infamous will be gone. Ooh, minus goes down. It's going to be coming from suppressing fire from Hybrid, and now they knock YOLOs as well. And now that leaves only to just 2 players left for winning a future. Unfortunately, they cannot handle the rookies from the Philippines. Hybrid XRA now will probably dominate the northern side, but look at this one now. They try to go up close and personal. Min goes down, and with 1 HP left, Shin, I'm not sure if he can handle this. Oh, he can handle that, all because of the help from behind. That's Mewtwo with a UMP 45. And here comes Capo! Oh my G! Winning a future, survives against the squad of Hyra. And they now have 12 elims, Aya. What in the hell? How did they do that?
What did WIOF had for dinner so that they are this strong? Probably spinach, like Popeye. Like Popeye the Sailor Man. But we will know that later on as we focus here in this battle. 1v1, v2, v2 is what we are having in our final 4 teams in the match, with highest percentage going to WIOF and the second one going to Team Max. But when it comes to the positioning, I think, yes, Team Max also has that advantage later on, but they also have Devon coming from below the rocks. Will Devon still go up later on? Probably yes, but his biggest opponent, his biggest challenge there would be Max Coronai.
4 teams remain here. It's still very early, Aya. I believe so. We're still going to have 3 more stages before we end this matchup. Still on stage number 6, and the circle is now drawing to a close. There's still a minute left, so there's still a lot of time most especially for winning a future because they handled so much stress at the northern side. As for GG, Devon right now tries to hike at the edges of the island. I'm not so sure if he can try to get up. Is it still possible for him to survive that?
I don't think so, but we will see that. If in any case, Max Cornai, just like right now, he is already going on that move to find for the final player of GG, which is Devon. It is unfortunate that we weren't able to see that. We waited for that moment, but you know, things like that just happen inside of the match. And here, at least we have seen how WIOF Shin eliminated the final player of IQ, leaving us with a final 2v2 battle. Will it be WIOF who are right beside each other, or will it go to our team Max, who is at a 1-1 split?
It's gonna be a 2v2 here. Up on the northern side is winning a future. Not so sure who gets the win here. I mean, they have the height advantage right now for winning a future, but they have to go down that slope. And they will have to be forced out of that area, all because of the circle. Now, Iterex here's the vehicle of Mewtwo. So he's all ready right now for action. But when it comes to guns, though, I mean, someone has a P90 for the squad of winning a future, so... When it comes to loadout, I believe winning a future has advantage. When it comes to positioning, I think Team Max would have that advantage. But let's see how will this go out as these two teams now nade each other out. Some splash damage for both. But no one yet is getting knocked down. Ooh, almost actually from Mewtwo. As he catches Kurunai almost here with a frag grenade. Oh, 1 HP left. But the blue zone also, you have to think about the...
We have here still in favor of WIOF Shin is our safe zone is Max Cornai, and even WIOF Mewtwo will probably be left outside of that zone. Mewtwo now still waiting for the movement coming in from Max Cornai with all of those utilities being thrown. Molly, smokes, and nades right there. And the final nade, probably before he rides his vehicle, he will leave that to Mewtwo. But with no go, so Max Cornai says that he just needs to sprint his way towards the area of our safe zone. Because Max Cornai, even before he does, we have WIOF Shin seeing him as well as Max Iterex out in the open onto the lower side. But nice counter attack coming from Max Iterex. Now with that 1v1 situation, WIOF Shin versus our team Max Iterex. Now Shin actually still goes for that revive onto Mewtwo, which is also smart as they are still inside of the circle. But I don't think Max Iterex would want to prolong this battle, and he would eventually push forward our WIOF. And with what is Shin doing? He endured that blue zone at this stage. That is really a crucial and a high risk move. But for Max Iterex, I think they're also opting to do the same thing. They're going for that revive first.
A total reset for both. From 1v1, it'll be a 2v2. A race to the circle as well. Who will win this one? Very interesting. As the rookies from Myanmar tries to put their great gameplay in. But look at that spray. He actually now knows where Shin is at. But now Mewtwo will get revive as well. He tries to actually go back to the care package, probably trying to recover the level 2 gear that he had earlier on. And now he will try to set up smoke. I would say Team Max now has the advantage after the reset.
Yep, and with WIOF having no choice but to run out in the open with only smokes, now Max Cornai has that upper hand into knocking him down. And the final player, which is Shin right here, he can possibly be naded by Max Cornai at the same time. Oh, and just like that, that is a nice finish with that nade coming in from Team Max, eliminating the rest of WIOF.
Again, a rookie mistake there by winning a future. You had a chance for a 1v1, just go for it. Instead of you going for the revive, you let the other team go for the revive as well. And remember the circle, Aya. The circle is not within the reach of winning a future, so that is a big mistake by winning a future. But again, still, a good game, well played for them, because they do have a lot of eliminations in that match.
That was a very, very, very close fight, Max or Team Max, showing to us that they are veterans here in this game. And we have seen how they managed to handle those situations and how they eventually knocked down one of the players of IQ, or rather WIOF, that eventually secured that elimination with a very wonderful native finish from their end. So Team Max, even though they were at a disadvantage earlier in that match, they really turned things around, and now getting that winner chicken dinner. What a nice game for Team Max.
Yeah, nice game for Team Max. Again, I was asking earlier on what happened to Team Max, and now they respond. So this is a good response by Team Max. But they didn't really went so much aggressive all throughout that match. They basically tried their luck at the bottom side of the island, and the circle basically just went to them. So it was just a game of RNG for Team Max. If you try to look at the stats also, Aya, you can see that Trezzy and Mad Dog got killed early in this game. And you will see them in the highlights here as we watch it all together.
Mati siya tulad at tinangyari tayo apa yara wala sisi manawa tiranay ama 3 to 1 to 1 không sợ tôi掉
WIOF really fumbled around during those final moments, but still, they are number one right here with 19 overall points, having taken home 13 eliminations in their bag. Team Max, though, ending with a chicken dinner, giving them 16 overall points, IQ with 9, YG with 8, coming solely from their elimination points, KJ rather with 7, we have Hyra with 6, Infamous Xavier with 6, as well as Burmese Go. So with all of that happening in match number 9, we just know that Team Max is now awake, and even WIOF.
Yeah, WIOF, again, they really fumbled hard there. They could have eliminated the knockdown player also, so that's another option that they had, but they opted not to do so, but they went for the revive. So again, those are two possible options there, but they went for there's like 3 plans A, B, and C, and they went for plan C. I'm not sure why. So again, that's just probably a rookie mistake for winning a future. They can learn from that. Again, there's so much games left to go here, guys. So let's give a benefit of a doubt here for winning a future. So there's still like 3 Erangels match also, so we will see them again later on. But again, groupings will change for each map. But after that, the updated scores after 9 matches is now up. YG is still the top of the food chain with 82 points. Ostia is there still with 67 points, 56 for both GG and BG. CTS for top 5. Top 6 is MSI. IQ is top 7. Top 8 is K1J. Top 9 is KHI. Top 10 is Infamous Xavier.
They only had a few points in between them, so that is really going to be difficult for them on the final day because we are probably going to have more of those exchanges, more of those plot twists and turns. Before the second half, we have WIF with 42, Goa with 41, SBD with 38, NX with 37, Hyra with 34, Max with 32, ATS with 32, Time to Quick with 28, ATSX with 26, and unfortunate spot for NGGZ to be at right now. Being the last team, 20th spot and 19 points overall. With WIOF now being on the 11th spot, they really jumped so high coming in from that previous game. So we all know that one game could indeed be a game changer, but they really need to make sure that all of their points will count in every match.
And here are the top 4 teams from match number 9, Winning a Future, Max, IQ, and YG. You can't really leave YG off from each game. They always go out with a bang. But again, Winning a Future here, even though they made that one crucial mistake right at the end, they're able to get so many eliminations, a total of 13, and that's why they're the top team here in match number 9. But again, the MVP is not from Winning a Future. It will be Koronai with 3 eliminations, 482 damage, 187 damage taken with 35% team contribution, 26-31 survival time. As we are done now with the first 3 matches of the day, 2 Rondos down, 1 Erangel match down. We still have 3 Erangels and 1 Miramar left. Again, this is Kuku TV together with Miss I Place. We'll have to get ready. We'll go on a break. See you guys on the next one.
New RP A15 is here. Level 100 Mythic Custom Color Male Outfit is here. Get rewards worth up to 80,000 UC. Come take a look. New Mythic Custom Color Male Outfit. Freely change colors to show off your own unique style. New upgraded Candied Haunter MP7 is here, along with tons of firearm finishes, as well as the Skeleton Trail UTV vehicle finish. Tons more items await. Get all of the above with just 720 UC and reaching the corresponding levels. Upgrade to Elite Pass Plus for even more surprises. Exclusive avatar frame, victory dance, collectible statue, and weekly 50% bonus rating points. And you can get all 720 UC back. Event period 2025 9/11 at 2 o'clock. 2025 11/10 at 23:59. UTC +0. Unlock RP A15 now.
PUBG Mobile. Let's get it.
Credit chicken baby, my estimate. Just kick his up as up, teach the ground. Pretty soul, but my blood runs high. But don't baby like a predator outside. But I will go to 6 no matter what. No, safe zones are closing, no time left to hide. No, but yeah, my phone's singing like a battle cry. Adrenaline thanks to feel right. Remove us one, and eyes on the bonus score. We have us one, we hit us one. Let's go. Credit chicken, they be my estimate. Credit chicken, they be my estimate. Credit chicken, they be my estimate. Credit chicken, they be my estimation.
Cooking like a glitter, winner, chicken dinner. Moving like a thriller, winner, chicken dinner. Credit chicken, they be my bestie mate. Credit chicken, they be my bestie.
Crazy chicken, they be my bestie mate.
Em số là chưa những cái game show này đã.
I just need a spark, light in the dark. I got a 2 chain, but hard too. Don't always listen when you talk. We was wishing upon a star.
I've just landed. Real enough that this battleground will remember. I'm bringing the static. She sees the world, expect I follow with my soul connect. Hey. They draw the line.
And I'm out in a storm, I still got aiming, I pressure and rain. Whoa. No fear, every step I claim, face strong, I think I changed. Staying in my lane.
내가 선택한 플레이. 정해진 룰은 없어. 내가 정해. 그게 바로 G-Dragon.
나는 어디 좋아하냐 이거네.
Battleground.
Okay, nini saya, nini minilap saya, no? Di ba? Hindi. Taro ka.
Why?
That's the reason why.
Higher frame rate options available? Download PUBG Mobile version 4.0 for the smoothest victories. New World of Wonder Pass and gifting incentives. Welcome to World of Wonder 1.0. Let your creativity run wild. The new World of Wonder Pass is here. Complete missions by playing World of Wonder content to earn points. Get creation promotion cards, World of Wonder rune cards, avatar frames, limited time firearm finishes, and more for free. Plus, upgrade to the Elite Pass, originally worth 480 UC for just 299 UC. Unlock tons of customization options, new outfits, and exclusive perks. Through gifting incentives, you can send World of Wonder exclusive gifts to creators. Creators gain creativity points by receiving gifts. Not only can you unlock cooler custom items, but you can also win huge cash rewards by reaching the top of the creativity points ranking. All cash rewards can be viewed and withdrawn from the co-creation wallet. World of Wonder Pass and gifting incentive rewards will also be partly invested into the World of Wonder incentive program to give back to every contributor in the World of Wonder ecosystem.
快几点喂？嘛，kaya mo balik kayo niya.
The first ultimate set with removable outwear, Nixon Sinistra, is now available. The first advanced upgradable firearm with sound effects, Nixon Rose AUG, has arrived. It comes with an exclusive Inspect emote. Help you stand out on the battleground. Plus, a cool elimination broadcast, elimination effect, and loot crate to turn eyes on the battleground. The matching Resonant Nell glider is sure to make a stunning entrance in battle. Equip the Nixon Sinistra set and battle in style.
And we are back after 3 matches. We're now ready for match number 4 for today. Here in day number 2, week number 2 for the PUBG Mobile Challengers League Southeast Asia Fall of 2025. My name is Kuku TV, and with me is Miss Aya Plays. Guys, have you already eaten your dinner? I hope you did, because right now we're gonna have a speed run of Erangel's 3 Erangel maps left to go and 1 Miramar map left to go. My question, Aya, is: are you ready?
I am definitely ready, but I am still catching my breath because I ran. I ran from below. So, of course, we have to take our sponsors, but Kuku kindly take over for now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Again, this tournament won't be possible. Again, meet the POVA 7 Ultra 5G, engineered for those who refuse to slow down, as the official gaming phone for PUBG Mobile Challengers League. It supports PUBG Mobile at 120 FPS, delivering ultra smooth competitive gameplay. It's 6.67-inch 1.5K AMOLED display with a 144Hz refresh rate pulls you into a world so smooth you'll never want to look away. A 6,000 milliampere battery, 70-watt ultra charge, and a 30-watt wireless charging. This isn't just a phone. This is the future in your hands. This is the POVA 7 series.
Future is in your hands once you have that Tecno POVA 7 Ultra 5G. So if you are looking for a device, this is definitely one of the choices that you should have. Or if I might say, you should not have any other choice, but just go directly to Tecno POVA 7 Ultra 5G, because this is built for winners, and if you use this, you would definitely win your battles inside of PUBG Mobile or even outside as well. If you're doing your work, if you're doing your studies, this is one of the devices that you should really take your eyes on. But one more, of course, you should play without overheating, and that is only if you update to version 4.0 with the super smooth graphics inside of PUBG Mobile.
Oh yeah, I've tried this already. Actually, I haven't tried it until someone from my live stream on TikTok told me to do so. So, again, my device didn't overheat. So, this is the best way to go. Super smooth graphics is available. If you haven't updated yet to 4.0, update it right now, guys. I know every update, there's so much space of storage. You definitely have to do that still. Anyways, we also have the update here in version 4.0. The Spooky Soiree is on his way. Get ready for the new gameplay and an epic IP collaboration unlocking now. Big surprises are dropping this September and October, so don't miss out. Stay tuned for more spooky fun.
Ooh, spooky, because we are already in September and almost going into October. But first, we also have one more thing to look out for. We have our My Game, My Rule, My Survival. Launch date is gonna be September 10 on PC, which was last week. Console will be today, and for mobile, that will be tomorrow for the PUBG Mobile X G-Dragon. So again, if you are a G-Dragon fan, you should really not miss out on this.
Yeah, don't miss out. Most especially for the mobile version. Tomorrow is where G-Dragon comes in, but the Lotus experience has arrived also in PUBG Mobile. Take command of the road in style. Join the in-game motor cruise event and claim the iconic Lotus cars, the Emira and also the Emea. Precision, performance, and exclusivity await. Available for a limited time.
And as you've mentioned, you already tried getting inside the yellow vehicle right here, but we are still waiting for someone who has that green vehicle, and we will probably join them inside of the game. But speaking of inside the game, we have finished 3 matches for today, Kuku, here in PMCL week number 2, day number 2, and we are still left with 4 matches. That means a lot can still happen.
Yeah, a lot can still happen. Burmese goals, I think they're still having that struggles, but they're climbing their way through the overall rankings now. YG still on top. Austria has already bounced back from their struggles in Miramar yesterday. Good thing that there's only one Miramar for today, so I think Austria will be able to maybe try to get over YG if YG cannot be consistent. But again, the consistency from the defending champs, YG, is still on point. You cannot really put YG out of that conversation. And you see them, even though the circle goes to the bottom of the map, they find ways on how to rotate from the northern side down all the way south, and that's how good the world champs are.
They're definitely tenured in this kind of gameplay. That's why it shows here in PMCL. So as you mentioned, we are only having one Miramar map for later. That also gives less chances to teams just like MSI, KHI, who play a lot well or a lot better here in the map of Miramar. But again, one more map here in Erangel. This is going to be our 10th match overall, and this is, I believe, our second, right? Second Erangel or
Yeah.
third?
Yeah, this is just a second Erangel map. So we had to run those. We had one Erangel earlier on, and now we have the fourth match of the day number 2. This is the 10th match overall. Guys, we still have 10 matches altogether left. So still a lot of chances, most especially to those teams who didn't qualify in the Super Weekend from last week. So if Team Max can, try to survive like what they did in the previous match, then let's see if they can qualify as we start match number 10.
We are now here in match number 10, just in time. Even though I almost did not get in time, we are already looking at our fourth match for today. And playing path is actually quite low. It is onto the side, yes, of Novo Repnoye, onto the middle portion of our main island. So this is really in favor of our Nexus Vanguards. It feels like they rode a private jet who dropped them here in Novo Repnoye, and even Virgo, of course, taking that SMB.
But you have to think about the groupings. Group A will not play for this match. So you will have KHI, Burmese Goals, ATSX, and Not So Good Games. They will not play in this match. Burmese Goals, they will have to rest up for a little bit more. They will have to wait for the next match. So this will be a chance here for either of YG and Austria to really dominate this matchup. Not much of the PH teams so far here in day number 2 Aya. We haven't really find Misfit International be dominant yet for this week.
Definitely, and we have just seen CTS get that winner chicken dinner game 2, but the rest of our teams from the Philippines are yet finding their rhythm here in our second day. So let's see what else will happen here, as that circle actually favors the middle towards the farthest drop here on our plane path, comprising a bit of the SMB. Gonna be favoring our Goa and probably NX later on. They're gonna be forced to battle out Goa. So whoever will be left in that battle will have the favor of that safe zone. But wait, we have here another battle going on. K1J versus Austria, and what a reflex right here coming from Keymind, knocking down that one player of Austria who knocked down Salt Rake as his teammate. And with that push coming in from behind, I don't think Austria would would want to push even further, because they already lost one here in this battle.
And at the same time, if you noticed, Austria Esports landed last in this very area. K1J landed first. They landed 3 players right at the squad house, where they eliminated 1 player of Austria Esports. So that's a good strategy here for K1J. Now, what's missing right now, Aya, is the other guy for K1J, which is we don't know where he is currently. I think is far out on the other side of the hill. Right at this very area. If you can see the logo of K1J right on the right on the far side. So he's probably doing on a different area and may probably be a third party later on once this commences, because they will be forced to push. Austria Esports will be forced to push K1J. But while this is happening, unfortunately, Kane, the one that I'm talking about, will be eliminated. So now it makes it a 3v3 now here at this compound.
Yep, and with the fact that we have seen one of the players of K1J go out, I think this is a good chance now for Austria to actually face our K1J. They have the equal field right here with that 3v3 battle, but we're not feeling any movement coming in from their end. And if MSI actually joins, that is going to be a whole different story right there. Before Hyra, they are really struggling at this point. Look at that, one knockdown player will be on their end, but let's see if they will go for that revive and reset. Before MSI, they could easily have that chance to go for that third party with that battle between K1J and with Ostja, but I don't think they're really committing fully to that, so they're just scouting surroundings, especially coming in from Pretzel.
So right now, what may happen here is that Ostja Esports. Oh, they find Nang X. That's just so unfortunate for Ostja. I was just saying that Ostja is now waking up, and then now 2 of their players are back to the lobby. So they will be forced to back out. You can see Fern G and Top looting and going back all at the same time. So Arcade doesn't have any heals yet. So I mean, they don't have that information. If they do have that information, Aya, they would be so much aggressive here. But again, without that info, Ostja for right now will have to wait it out. And they will also have to be careful because you saw earlier Range already had looted around the school area. So they're now looking for Ostja Esports.
And Ostja Top actually staying on this rooftop, I don't think that is the best place because that is a giveaway for everyone who would, just pass by the area, even taking a higher ground. Just like what K1J came from, or where K1J came from earlier on. But let's see what kind of gameplay would Ostja want to pull off right here, with Ostja Top being on the rooftop, with Ostja Fern G right here just waiting for the movements coming in from K1J. And as you've mentioned, Sorake doesn't have any healing equipment yet. So in any case that he will be spotted by Ostja Top, that would be quite easy for him. But also, he would not be left by his teammate. 1 second is also just around the corner. In any case, just like what I've mentioned, that is a very, very crucial spot and not the best spot that you want to take. And Ostja Top now will be spotted by MSI Range.
And that was just textbook for MSI. They saw the kill feed. They were seeing Ostja Esports players being eliminated. So they rotated all the way from Pachinki, but here comes Hash with the DPS to the face of Miracle. And TTQ now has another one coming in. Hash right now will have to back out for a little bit because he's going to be battling against 2 players. Now Gus down to just 1 HP left. Capo with those beautiful spray downs, and Hash. Again, he pulled up that Molly now up on top. Now he will now go down. And this is a good idea for Hash so that they cannot just easily push him out, but that frag grenade will be very, very important for TTQ. As they drop his HP to just very low, and there you go. Hash goes down, another frag grenade from TTQ. And for Team Hybrid XRA, they're having a big trouble here for week number 2.
Definitely. They are really struggling at this point, with Hyra Capo being the final player right here. The only thing for him left to do is to, of course, run for his life. And as he's doing so, I don't think he's actually running away from the engagement. Is he trying to push forward onto Time to Quick? If that is the case, I don't think I know what he is trying to pull off, because that is going to be a huge risk for Hyra to do. So with him just staying around the shack, with not much of the utilities, of course, with not much of those ammos right here. Look at that. He doesn't even have a first aid kit in his bag, yet he is actually so brave to push forward. So I don't know what else would happen to Hyra right there, but for side of MSI, they're actually pushing forward onto Ostja and K1J. What happened to Max Trezzi? He fell for the wrong person.
Oh. By the way, I am single.
Yes.
And right now, Monboy looking at Ostja as Team Max.
He fell from the vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Well, back to the game. Team Hybrid XRA. They are a really good team from week number 1, but during this week, I actually even talked to one of their leaders, Aya, just earlier this day. They were like talking to me about their gameplay. They were like saying that they're having a little bit of that adjustment from week 1 to week 2, and they're kind of new to this type of scenario because they usually play on open custom games or just the usual like scrims in the PH region. So again, this is the highest level of PUBG Mobile that they're now playing in their they're actually able to, blend well during week number 1, but week number 2, they're not able to adjust
Ooh.
yet. But you can see now the spray from GOA knocks down 2 players of Infamous already.
Oh, look at this. They're probably wanting to go for more of those players of our Infas of Viera, knocking down 1. Also, LKS will be taken. We only have I say as Forsaken will be forsaken by his teammates, and not only them, but the rest of the gang will be wiped out by our Guardians of Angels.
And going back here, part number is this part number 5 already of K1J versus Ostja versus MSI. And right now, Team Max or Nai got spotted by MSI. Another one runs by Monboy. But Monboy needs to be careful because the other Max players are right behind him. As Pretzel chases down Mad Dog, he's very mad now that he's down and out. We go back here to K1J. So Rock K is now down. Again, this is the bad side of just staying in one compound for a very long time, and now the blue zone is now eating them alive.
That is really, really difficult. Look at that. One boy still knocked down. Still waiting for that revive. And for K1J and the rest of MSI, they will be pinned down outside of that safe zone. They will be receiving so much of that damage coming in from that blue zone with not much of their healing equipment. So that is going to be a double whammy for side of our MSI and even our K1J. So let's see how else they would play this out given that situation that they don't have much of those HPs. They don't even have their vehicles to get inside of the circle.
Yeah, that's going to be a big question for K1J, but we go to different areas here in the map. And by the way, this is probably the middle of the circle right now. GG already has their warehouse, and Astro is actually split it up from the team. They're doing a little bit of that 2-1-1 split, but you can now see they realize K1J is now stuck in this quad house for a very long time now. Range making a quick work of K1J. So Rock K is now reviving, but again, that's not going to be an option as K1J will pin down MSI, eliminates them.
Nice one for our MSI. They were able to finish off that long battle that K1J and Ostja had earlier on in this game. Before that circle shift, that will be quite far from this location, so they really need to make their movements as soon as possible, and that is the same thing that CDS is doing right now. They're pushing forward onto the era of Fairy Pierre, where we actually have time to quicken even final player of our High Read X Rising Aces, but Bunny spots them out, and CDS Dots will be heavily damaged. Meanwhile, Trex receives all of his bullets given by Time to Zuki.
CTS, good rotation there. They will be able to revive their teammates. And that's all because TTQ cannot really just push right away. There's going to be some sort of a city circle, Aya, because the circle is focusing at Fairy Pierre. Yangmin Galacticos, though, will have a very difficult time, in my opinion, because they're coming from Dreamworks, and there's like winning a future right outside of the circle, and then once you get into the circle, you also have TTQ that you need to be aware of, and also at the same time CTS, who just rotated in that city of Fairy Pierre.
And I think YG would want to initiate a battle later on with our WIOF given their positioning as they move forward. I think we're seeing that on the minimap right here. But for ATS, they are traversing through the map of Erangel right here amidst that road towards our CTS at the same time. God7 pushing forward. Oh, with that S12K action, Demius knocks out God7.
CTS right now getting needed. ATS God7 though will be eliminated by the frag grenade from CTS. Oh, frag grenade from Dre. It knocks his teammate down as well.
Oh no.
And actually, Demius goes down at the same time. But then the third party, third party from afar, and now this is just so sad for ATS.
Yep.
They cannot really find a way to win, and now they're stuck right at this ridge, and they're now getting sprayed down by IQ. It was just all happy with just watching them being pressured Demios will also be eliminated. Drex now also goes down, courtesy of Nexus Vanguard. So they're now pinned down from all angles.
Yup, and with YG
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
joining that engagement,
yeah,
coming
yeah,
in
yeah.
from outside. So this is a good spot for them to be at. As I've mentioned earlier on, they would eventually be forced to battle out our WIOF as they will be pinned down onto the edge of our circle. But for ATS, they're still wanting to go for that reset, and even our CTS. But where would the circle go this time around? Who will that actually favor?
Oh,
Ooh, favoring
YG.
YG. Favoring those people in the middle, but with YG having that stretch, having that spread, I think they are having a good time here in this match.
When you think YG will have a difficult time, the PUBG gods is on their side always, guys. Now the circle, I think they have a magnet for the circle, Aya. I think they have it.
Yeah, I think they do. But here, oh no, we probably initiated that to happen as Master Smile will be seen by GG as Devon pushes forward. They would probably want to go for that confirmation, but YG say Cloud for that backup together with Romeo Boy and Mernat just around the corner going at Picquiao, though will be spotted by our Nexus Vanguards. But as Mernat just tries to spot out what is happening right in the middle, GG Master D2K will be seen by him, and with those bullets pushing through, that will not connect. But with the other two players of our GG, they're also being targeted and being challenged by our MSI.
And Romeo will have to be careful, is down to low HP. Nye Pacquiao will be gone. Together with Rex, GOA is out. 4 elims on the... But they did manage to deal some damage. Astro, though, will need to get help from Kaya. But again, for how long? Because Pretzel... Oh, look at that frag grenade connected onto good game esports, and not a good game anymore for them. As MSI, they came in from the blue zone, by the way, Aya.
They definitely came in from the blue zone. They endured so much of that damage, and they really traversed a long road in order for them to get here, but they are able to knock down the players of our GG, and that will be Devon being taken down. Even, let's see if they are going to go for that chase down with all of those bullets going in. Tunnel range is already for the side of our MSI, and as they're just going around the map right here, Master D2K would probably be confirmed.
GG Devon left alone as YG, again, has a magnet. Circle magnet. Circle will now come to a close in just a minute and 10 seconds. They will have to probably sustain so much of these bullets from Fairy Pierre, but they will also have to be careful about MSI, because MSI is at the northern side.
Yep.
And they will have a much higher ground compared to YG.
Their battle is quite inevitable right here. In one way or another, if the circle moves down, they would eventually have to face others. So for YG and MSI, let's see who will actually win this engagement right here, as YG is trying to go for that preparation, but bullets will actually be thrown from the end of our WIOF. And they also have several teams around the location, and onto that Fairy Pierre, Team Back, the Hyra, NX, ATS, the majority of the teams are already crowding around this spot.
Trezzy just hiding for Team Max. This is what they did in the previous matchup, if you remember. They just went right at the bottom side of the circle.
Yep.
Two of their players just waited until the circle would go to them. But this time around, no, it won't go to them. So how will they be able to get in now? Maybe they will have to swim around right at the bottom end of the port of the harbor. By the way, the circle now went to winning a future. But again, winning a future, still alive here with 4. They might probably be pushed here by YG. That's my prediction on what will happen here.
Yep, that is also really highly likely. As we have mentioned earlier on. Oh, wait, we have our MSI first challenging our YG with Pretzel slowly, surely, silently, but deadly eliminating our our YG coming in from that push. But they still have a few players left, 2 more to go. But for our MSI, they also have 2 final players left. With WIOF joining that engagement, I think YG is in a quite of a tough spot as they will be sandwiched by 2 teams and even that full squad of our WIOF.
It looks like Romeo doesn't have any heals anymore. Oh, he actually got hit one more time by a bullet from, I believe so, from the bottom side, but looks like Range finds him. And he confirms Romeo as Range will be trying to go for the loot up. As now the circle now come to a close. IQ now will be forced to push CTS. Oh, Drex actually threw that nade and actually exploded the vehicle. And here comes IQ. Drex goes down. And the claw. Oh, YG actually got eliminated early, only with 1 elims.
Oh no, what is happening to Yangon Galacticus at this point? They did not perform so well in this match, but let's see what will perform well between these 2 teams. Will it be CTS or will it be a full squad of IQ who actually push down our CTS? But with that phenomenal nade coming in from CTS DOS, we have the claw being taken down. And even with that confirmation coming in from another frag grenade, XZYY throws that smoke, but then the Superboy joins that engagement between them and our ATS Pro, as that will be the final player. They will be eliminated. IQ80 though tries to go for that revive onto his teammate who is actually on fire, but with the joining of our GG, they're really giving
they're on fire.
our IQ quite a difficult time as that molly actually damages IQ XZYY.
Yeah, they're on fire. Good placement of that molly. Here comes Devon. Devon only has a UMP though. And look at the bullets that he has. Just only like 25 bullets left with that ASM Abakan. Oh, he actually tries to loot up and didn't know. IQ finds GG Devon, and that's it for GG.
G's for GG, but now we still have quite a crowded and congested circle right here, especially on the eastern side where we have IQ, we have NX, we have Hyra, we have Time Quick, and more of those players. So that is the concentration of our teams right there. Look at this circle though. That will just be pushing forward around the middle portion, having WIOF there, and Team Max having their sweet time outside of that area and far from all the other engagements.
Minus though will be knocked down by Max. And I think Max did the right thing, did the exact thing that I said earlier on, Aya. They swam all over at the port area now.
Yep.
And they're at the bottom end of that circle. And for IQ, looks like they would need to get out of this really hard spot right now. I believe so that the circle has shifted away from them again. With just only 4 seconds, it will now close as well. But look at that frag grenade. Superboy gets one off from IQ. Superboy needs to heal up first, but he will go for a spray down here. Unfortunately, cannot. So he will have to back out here together with his teammate. Oh, actually, it's not his teammate. It's his team Hyra. Capo is just not moving in any muscle. Capo very patient. Oh, Superboy! Surprise! Capo gets Superboy down. And then now Nady knows that there's someone inside. Look at that. Shoots it inside the small shack.
Just right before he goes out of the game, he was able to surprise NX Superboy quite unsuspecting in that moment. So GG's again to Hyra Capo, but that was his moment inside of the match. And GG's to that nade coming in from behind him, but more nades will be exchanged right here. IQ versus our Nexus Vanguards. Joji or KKZ did not receive that nade coming in from IQ, and with more attempts, but I think that will be their smokes trying to make sure that they will not be seen. But with one more nade, the final nade actually of IQXZYY, he was not able to land that perfectly onto our team. And but for MSI, they have a different battle right here, right in front of our Time to Quick.
Range. Oh, Range! Ooh. With the flick of that shoulder, able to get one down from TTQ. And now let's go back here to IQ. I believe IQ has also improved this week, and look at this one now, Nady. Oh, Joji was trying to punch him. Did you see that?
Yeah. But they were just right next to each
But
other.
why?
That was just really, really very funny. But right here, the final blow will go to our NX. But with the final player of IQXZYY, will he actually opt to push forward as they're going for that revive? Or let's see what will happen here as they're still on to that revive. 6 seconds left. Oh, and that final peak coming in from IQ will finish off the rest of our Nexus Vanguards.
Infinity IQ. Look at that IQ play. 8 elims so far for them in this matchup. Range still alive. Oh, frag grenade almost. Almost for range. Just 1/4 HP left for him. Another nade coming in, another splash, but he's actually healing up. Oh, he actually cancels out the heal. And now here comes Gus. He's on a really bad situation, but FZY now comes for the third party. This is probably the time for range to heal up. But again, the pressure continues here from TTQ. The range now comes inside, and that is good. He actually knocks down one also, so still a nice play for MSI. They got 14 elims here in this match.
Wow. A lot of eliminations for out of MSI, but GG's for Time to Quick for actually taking them out of the game and even reviving Time to Quick Kazuki right here. But with the circle, what a gift.
Wow.
What a blessing for the side of WIOF. The next one would still be favoring them with not much movements needed. But for Team Max, they're also having a portion of that blessing. But for our IQ, they actually threw in that molly onto SBD, which knocked down Milo right there and almost knocking down Timo as well.
This is a very lovely circle, Aya. I love this circle. Half of the circle is on water right now.
Oh no! Did not get the first aid.
Yeah, did not go for the first aid. Timo, though, will be gone. Now, again, Team Max is doing the same thing as what they did last game. And now, for IQ, Infinity IQ, he runs towards the circle, but still not get in. Look at him. He's still right outside the zone. And there's not much of any cover left, and YOLOs! With that fantastic frag grenade eliminating Infinity IQ.
GG's for WIOF. They're really having all, if not most, if not all of the favors right here. They have 3 players. They have the circle advantage. They even took down that final player of our IQ. They're having them right here. They have a lot of utility. So what else could go wrong for WIOF? I think they are having this match all for themselves, but let's see that later on as G-Max can probably come off as a surprise for them later on.
T-Max, can they do it again, Aya? Can they win it again? And this is actually also with winning a future as well here in the last moments. But TTQ, Gus, together with his teammate, they're actually on a split here. One of the players is out of the circle, just on the northern side. Gus is right at this rock formation. Zuki, I'm not so sure how will Zuki try to get into the zone. This is actually a very open area for Zuki. So what will probably happen here is that TTQ will gatekeep, winning a future. Team Max will probably third party them both, and they will just focus on the circle. That's my prediction.
We will see if that is exactly what is going to happen here in this circle. But as it turns out, I think Time to Quick also has that fair share of advantage right here when it comes to that safe zone. And a portion of that Pierre goes to our Team Max. So with Gus throwing that nade, I'm not quite sure who he is actually targeting. Will that be Max Idorex, or was that just a blind nade? I think that was, which is actually, number 1, a waste of utility, and number 2, he just gave away his position.
And Shin, now he pretends to be a tire. And Itorex now finds YOLOs, not able to connect. Team Max, the best thing that they can do now is to try to swim around, but looks like they won't do that. Oh, YOLOs now. Wakes up, and now he knocks down Gus. And now Gus will have to back out here until he meets his teammate. I believe so that winning a future doesn't have any view of the players of TTQ. There's kind of a bit of a ridge there at the
Mhm.
very northern side of the circle.
Yep, I do think so as well. And this is gonna be the final circle. Right here, the battle will continue. A 1v2, v3 right here with that nade coming in from Max Trezzy. That would just damage Mewtwo quite a bit here in this engagement. And they are still having a moment right here with that Molly attempt coming in from Mewtwo. That would not damage our team Max. But with the time quick being quite quiet right here, WIF YOLO is focused onto their positioning. But with more attempts right here, Mewtwo will receive a bit of that damage, and even coming in from that Molotov, and with more frag grenades being thrown by our team Max, and that will be one more that would not pin down our WIF Mewtwo, and he is still surviving at this point.
And Mewtwo just surviving all the frag grenades. He now has a stun left. A stun grenade left, blinding probably Trezzy. And he did not do that, unfortunately. But he does have the advantage here. He has a cover. Let's see if he can try to clutch it out here. Team Max also will be forced to do push, winning a future. They knock one down, and then the next target will be Mewtwo, and they knock him down. And now Team Max try to win it all again in this matchup. But again, TQ has the best area right now. They're kind of right at the middle of the circle right now.
They're definitely right in the middle, but they are all gonna be in a difficult situation later on. But with WIO Shin, he is quite chill. I like the energy of Shin right here, but time to quick cuts his focus onto our team Max. And the final, which is actually the chill guy, the chill Shin right here, is just pretending to be part of the buggy and even part of the ground. They're probably looking for him right now, and Shin would not move even an inch and would not even breathe right here. 45 seconds on our clock. Will Shin survive this one, or he was probably seen by our time to quick? He doesn't have anywhere else to go. Will this be a deny, or will this be a push coming in? Oh, I still don't think they know where he is at right now, and that deny will give that winner chicken dinner to time to quick. But I would like to give the award to Shin for being a very good hider.
Yeah, the man who can't be moved, part 3.
Yep.
They are now the winners. TTQ, Time to Quick Esports, gets the win here in match number 10. And is this the first time that we see a Myanmar squad winning today? Oh, yeah.
Today,
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So this is the first time a Myanmar team winning a chicken dinner. So for TTQ, a much needed win also, because they have been really struggling all throughout Rondo, Erangel, and Miramar. So this is a good win for them.
A good win for time to quick, even though I think during the final moments they were really puzzled. Where would the WIOF Shin actually hide? And that is a good hiding spot, again, coming in from Shin right there. Before time to quick, a chicken dinner and
Okay, အားလုံးပဲဖတ်ပိုက်နော် bye bye la 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 Play.